Hey, all you Ironman football fans, welcome to another week of the Chubby Guys Podcast Player of the Game Award. This week's award is brought to you by Southern Ohio Smiles, Precision Masonry LLC, Newsome Equipment Rentals, Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, Kelly Wiley Group of the KW Capital Partners, Jackson Meats, and Brian Delaney Excavating. Thank you to all of our sponsors, and welcome to this week's edition of the Chubby Guys Podcast Player of the Game.
All right, Chubbies. We're back. This is Chris with the Chubby Guys Podcast, Week 9, Player of the Game, Hunter Seitz. Hunter, what a game, man. And it all starts with you. You're at that center position. You lead that major line you guys have. You guys had a heck of a game. Take me from beginning to end. What's your thoughts on the game, man?
Well, it all started in practice this week. We know big win against Miami Trace. You know, we really just had to focus on this week. We go week by week, and I couldn't have done it without my linemen. I'm the center, you know. I'm kind of the boss of these guys. I wouldn't really say boss, but I'm kept accountable for them. So, and I didn't really have to keep count. They did their jobs, and it was amazing. Good, really good game. Really physical, and we just hammered it right off the bat. High energy, and we stay locked in.
Great team win, man. Like you said, it all started up front. Running backs ran well. Bodie threw well. Receivers caught well. I mean, your defense played awesome.
Yes.
Fun game to watch. Really cool game for your all's final game. It's looking like on this field. What's that feel like, man? You're a dual-year starter, multi-year starter. What kind of emotions right now?
Well, it hasn't really hit me yet. This is my last game here, but I know that I'm fortunate enough to keep playing. I know last year our seniors ended it here on this field, and I think that was their worst feeling, was ending it at home. I hope we play again. I know it's very slim if we get to play home again, but the emotions really haven't hit me yet. I'm still just pumped that we had a really good game today.
Really good game. You brought it all together. Mm-hmm. Next week you've got kind of that rival. Yep. 30 minutes up the road, Chillicothe Cavaliers. Have you looked at any film on them? What's your guys' thought on that game?
Well, you know, you can't really judge a team based on how they play other teams, but I know that they're playing a pretty good game right now against Miami Trace. Last time I checked, it was 24-10. So we're really going to dial in because we know how it is to go in with our heads high, thinking that we're just going to go in and blow it out. That's not going to be the mood this week. It's going to be do your job and make sure you're hammering it.
Like I said, it's kind of that rivalry game. You never know what's going to happen. So it's good to hear that you know, that senior mentality. You got to lead from within, and so none better than you, man. I'm so happy for you. What's next for you, man? After football, hopefully you guys make it to playoffs, make it several rounds. But what's next come winter season?
Well, I know that here in about 2 or 3 weeks, start wrestling, and that's a totally other beast itself. I know I got to cut some weight. I gained it to make sure I was fit this year up front, but now I got to start cutting some weight and hit it in the wrestling room.
Sounds good, man. And then come the spring, here you're a pretty good angler. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, big shout out to my dad and my grandpa. Ever since I was 3 years old, I go down my pond, fish all by myself till midnight. And the only thing I ever got in trouble was fishing too late, not missing dinner. I'm very fortunate to have parents that support me with my fishing. Good friend group that always asks me for fishing advice. I've just something that I've always grown a part of. I'm a 2-time national qualifier. Hopefully, knock on wood, make it 3 times this year.
That's fantastic, and that's ultimately going into a 3rd-year program here at Jackson. Is that right?
Yes.
And so, yeah, like you said, you've kind of built that foundation of a pretty successful team.
Yes.
And you can build off of that. How many team members do you guys have on that?
Close to like
team?
38.
Man, that's
anglers.
Awesome. That is such a great experience for you guys, and a great, like you said, been fishing as a child, and heck, there's guys that go to college, get college scholarships for that kind of thing. Speaking of college or whatever comes after high school, what's your thoughts there?
I want to see where wrestling and maybe even potentially fishing takes me. I know if I can keep my head into wrestling, I high hopes to get a scholarship. If scholarship or maybe college isn't my thing, I'm looking towards trades. I've always grown up blue collar raised kid, hands-on, and that I really haven't decided. Just kind of those things where if the opportunity rises, then I'm going to take it.
Right on, man. Well, that's great to hear. I know you'll make the right decision. You've got a great leaders around you and core. It's been great talking to you, man. Again, congratulations. Your Week 9 Chubby Guys Podcast Player of the Game, Hunter Seitz. Hunter, great job, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.